This right here is a Ravager powered iron farm. Check this out. So this is the design that Tango Tek made in Hermitcraft Season 7, the most recent season of Hermitcraft. He didn't just put his on the ground like this. He put his up in his tuned towers. So I definitely recommend going and checking out his video and seeing exactly how he did this. I just wanted to put this tutorial together to show you guys the mechanics behind how you can actually do this for yourself, since Tango never put out a video that explained how this works. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to hook this up to an iron farm and how you can actually get an iron farm that is powered by Ravagers and still has great output. So the output on this one, which I think this one is double the efficiency of what Tango Tek did, because I have 32 villager modules and I think his had 16. And the output of this is about 5,832 iron ingots per hour, and of course you get a bunch of poppies on top of that. So you can also make this a bone meal farm if you want to do that and hook it up to some kind of farm that needs bone meal. So how this thing works is it's just a bunch of iron farms that I've put together, dropping them all down into this water stream current, which then goes up to the Ravagers, and the Ravagers then kill the iron golems, and all of their iron and stuff drops into these hoppers down below. Cool, so let's get into how to actually build this thing for yourself. I put a lot of time and effort into my videos, and I would really appreciate it if you left a subscribe. It's free, it takes about 2 seconds, and you can always unsubscribe later if you really want. Do you want to play on a Minecraft server with me and receive some other really cool benefits? Definitely consider becoming a Patreon today. You can learn more on the Patreon site, which is linked down below. I'm not going to show you exactly how to make these iron farms because I already have a video that goes through how to make one of these iron farms that's like one of these modules. But I will say, if you're trying to make more than one iron farm, you are going to have to space them apart correctly. So from the bottom of this block here over to this block over here, you're going to need about 15 blocks. So if we count this, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then on the 15th block, that's where you can have the next set of villagers. Now you need that spacing exactly, because this is a villager pod, and if they detect this iron golem up here, they are not gonna spawn their own iron golem. They're gonna detect an iron golem that's close enough, and they're gonna say, oh, we already have an iron golem, we don't need to spawn another one. So by putting the 14 blocks and then building this on the 15th block, by giving them that much space in between the village, then you are making it so that they will not detect the other iron golems, and they will be able to spawn their own iron golem. That is how you can take this design for an iron farm and increase the output, you know, make more modules of the same thing. And I will say, I didn't mention this before, but Tango Tek had a custom iron farm, and I didn't make his custom iron farm. I just used an iron farm that I already had on my channel that I already know how to make. And I use that one instead. As I said before, you can check out how to make this. I'll leave a card up above so that you can go check that out. But yeah, so you have to space these out with the 14 blocks in between, build them on the 15th again, so that they all have the correct spacing, so that they're not detecting the iron golems that the other ones are spawning. And then it goes the same thing up top. So start from this block right here, build up 15, and then build your next set of villagers up top like this. So you can expand this indefinitely, or at least until, you know, you're not actually loading in all of these entities, because if you go too far away, you won't load in the entities and it won't work. But you can load in a lot of these iron farms by AFKing in one location. Yeah, so you can build a lot of these. So that is essentially all you need to know about the actual iron farms and loading in the iron golems and getting them down here. Now you do need some sort of transport system, and it is fairly easy to transport iron golems because they're really big creatures. So they're not just one block, they won't just get stuck on this, right? Like a player would. They are wider than one block, so they're gonna be in both this spot and this spot at once. So they're always gonna be in a water stream. They're gonna be able to get pushed down like this. The reason why I put the pressure plates here is that water streams won't disrupt pressure plates, and you can also stop water from flowing in a certain direction with the pressure plate. So if I didn't put it there, the iron golems will get stuck in the middle right here. It's gonna interrupt the flow. So you have to put that in the back and then put buckets of water on this block right here to keep the transportation of these iron golems going. Now, this is the real magic of this design. This is the fun part, having the Ravagers actually kill the iron golems. Oh, hey there. Yeah, it's me, the guy making this video. This is a quick vibe check. Are you vibing? Let me know how hard you're vibing down in the comments below. And if you're vibing hard, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so that you can join the Dusty tribe. Cool, now that we're done vibing, let's get back into the video. So to set this up, what you're gonna do is, let's go ahead and get in here and get rid of one of these munchers. And I'll show you how to set this up with the Ravagers. So the Ravagers, you can have them with only one block in between. They'll fit in that space. To actually carry them in and make sure that they don't move and to give them the right amount of distance, what you need to do is on the block in front of them towards where the iron golems is coming is you need iron bars. So put a wall of iron bars in the front like so, just to give them the perfect amount of spacing. You also need them on a half slab, one half slab above the level that the iron golems are gonna be on. You're gonna need an air block on the ground right here in between whatever building block you wanna use to block the iron golems from getting too close. Right here, I'm using iron blocks. You can use whatever solid block you want. And then you're also gonna need to put trapdoors on the front to make sure that that spacing is absolutely perfect in between the iron golems and the Ravagers. Now, you also need to make sure that the Ravagers get trapped in here. So you need to put a ceiling that is, let's see, that's 2.5 blocks above this block right here. So you can see 1, 2, and then this is the half block. So 1, 2 blocks, and then on that third one, you're gonna have the ceiling. You also need a ceiling that's 3 blocks above the iron golems right here, so they can't jump up and get any closer to the Ravagers. If I didn't have this ceiling right here, they'd be able to get in there and start hurting the Ravagers. So I'll show you right here. Okay, so he's not wanting to actually get up here, but trust me, you do need that ceiling above there. Otherwise, they're gonna jump up on top of the trapdoors, and they're gonna be close enough to where they can actually hit these guys. I did notice if you take out the trapdoors, it's not like they'll hit them every single time, but they will occasionally get close enough to hit them, and you definitely don't want your Ravagers to die, because getting the Ravagers in here is absolutely the hardest part of this whole thing. So to actually get the Ravagers in here, what you're gonna need to do is leave a hole over the top, right, of where you want the Ravager to actually drop in. So the hardest part of this whole thing is actually getting the Ravagers into place, which to even get the Ravagers, you're gonna have to trigger a raid. You're gonna have to wait until you get a tier of the raid with the Ravagers. And then once you actually get the Ravagers, you're gonna have to get them in a minecart. So what you're gonna need to do is lure them towards the cart like that. And once you lure them towards the cart, you're gonna have to push the cart into them. Now this is gonna be really tricky. There's gonna be a lot of back and forth. It's gonna be really hard to actually get them in here. As you can see, it's hard for me to actually get that guy in here, and he actually got away. So you're gonna have to maybe team up with someone, or if you're in a single player world, you can do this as well, but you just need to make sure that you're luring them back and forth across this and getting them in the minecart. Once you get them in the minecart, you're gonna want a lot of power going into the minecart. As you saw, I did not have enough power to actually get this guy into this 1x1 block. He will actually fit in there, and he will take a bit of damage, but that's absolutely fine because these guys have a lot of health. But you need to have enough power to where he actually goes into the hole. So now I'm stuck nudging him in here, which if you did have enough power for him to go in this hole, he would have just plopped right in. So I'm gonna show you another example just because that was a really bad example. So if I get this guy in the cart, and let's see if I give him enough force going forward. Let's see, let's push him into this power rail like this. Power rail pushes him in, and then he ends up in the exact right spot. So all you got to do is put some power rails in there, make sure he has enough speed going into this block, and he should drop down into the perfect location. As you can see, he's a little bit confused because he's hitting the wall, but he is able to reach the iron golem, and the iron golem is not able to reach him. And then at that point, it's just rinse and repeat to make sure all these guys end up in the right location. So So yeah, I mean, this is all fairly easy to set up. If you need to make the iron golems travel upwards like Tango Tek did, just make sure that you make like a 3x3 tube going upwards. So of a size about like this, because they're gonna need the room to go up, and then just make a bubble call, make them go up, and you'll be able to transport them upwards. But yeah, the hardest part of this is actually getting the Ravagers in here and having to deal with the raid and all of that. But you know, once you get them trapped in the minecart, I would suggest actually having all of the power rail and rail set up beforehand to actually get them into place. And then it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. All you got to do is let them go across the rail. They'll fall down into this hole and they'll end up in there. Now I think this is a very fun iron farm. I'm really glad that Tango Tek did this, and you know, he's motivating us and giving us great ideas to do this as well. So I wanted to show you guys how you can do this in your own single player or SMP server. So if you guys don't know Tango Tek, definitely go check him out. I love his stuff. He is an absolute Minecraft genius. So I'll link down to his video down below. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you next one. Bye.